What's up, guys? Christopher Stolle here. Welcome back to another episode of In the Pit. This one's going to be a special one. It's very close to my heart. I'm going to preface it with just the fact that I've never done a review on this show. This show is not usually a review show, but I have to do it. I promised this man once I had him on my show for breaking the fourth wall. I did an interview with him, and he told me about his brand new album, and I told him I would review it. And I've listened to the album numerous times, and just haven't had the opportunity to sit down and actually give an honest review, a critical review of the album. Come With Me If You Want to Live by Jesse Blaze. Now, for those that do not know, Jesse Blaze is the son of rock legend Dee Snider. But, of course, that's not the reason why I wanted to check out this album. I wanted to check out this album because it is a return to the classic style of rock and roll. And I don't want to say hair metal because it's not hair metal, but that concept of, for lack of a better term, party rock. At least that's the way I understood it with talking with Jesse, to the idea of solid songs with very dynamic sounds and beats and everything to it. Why am I getting a text message about face masks? Anyway, it's one of them days. So I promised that I would sit down and listen to this album, and I was putting out of my head that I've talked to the guy and known the guy. I was putting out of my head that this was the son of Dee Snider. Putting out of my head that I grew up listening to his father, and his father's band Twisted Sister, and I wanted to listen to this as a first time coming into a band known as Jesse Blaze. And quite honestly, I'm glad I did it that way. If I would have done it with the nostalgia eyes of, oh, this is Dee's son, or if I would have gone in with the nostalgia eyes of just looking for party rock or whatever else, I think my views and opinions would have been skewed and very different from what they are now. I'm not saying they would have been better or worse, they just would have been different. They would have been looked at through the eyes of somebody who was trying to, in my mind, placate a celebrity. That's why I'm prefacing this, is that because I went in with a critical eye, I went in as a person who's a singer-songwriter himself. I'm not saying I'm a great singer-songwriter, I'm just saying I am a singer-songwriter, so I know the effort and the attention to details that people put into their songs, so I can tell when somebody has written a good one or hasn't. With all that preface in place, I can honestly say, unequivocally, I walked into this album blind, and I walked out of it completely blown away. This was a phenomenal album. And no, it is not a glam rock album. It is not a return to glam rock. There are some great dynamics to it. There's some great grungy, greasy rock and roll in here, hard rock in here. But it's beyond that. It really is beyond that type of mindset. It has blues. It has soul. It has just, I think the correct term I used was party rock. It is one of those albums, and if Jesse, if you watch this review, you could put this as like the, quote unquote official review from somebody that nobody knows. You could put that out there as a quotation in the fact that this is an album that you put on when you're throwing a party, a pool party, a barbecue, working out, or just want to feel good. It's one of those types of albums. And each song within the catalog of Come With Me If You Want to Live is completely original from each other. If you listen to the songs in no particular order, no album order, you would outside of hearing Jesse's voice, which is very distinct, you would never have known it was the same band playing two different songs, because each song has its own identity. Two songs I heavily gravitated towards right away was Carry Me Home, which almost has a gospel / country feel to it, believe it or not. And Promised Land, which just had a lot of deep meaning. It hit home for me a lot. And then you've got your kind of bluesier songs when you come to things like Bartender, you know, and then you've got your rock and roll, you know, your arena rock, horns in the air, you know, waving your hair if you still have some, which I do not, you know, with Juggernaut. I mean, this is a really well put together album. I honestly did not find a song on here that I didn't in some way connect with. Maybe it is because of the fact that I do miss the days where music could just be music. It didn't have to have a necessary statement to it. However, I I want you to understand when I say that. I don't necessarily mean that he's not putting messages in his songs, things that he feels, things that he's seen, experiences that he's been through. You could tell that in the story. There are story to the lyrics, but the music is so feel good and the way it's presented is so feel good that you could just kick back and relax and enjoy it. You know, kind of like the best way I could describe what I mean for those that may understand. You don't even have to be a fan of this band that I'm going to compare to, and I'm not saying they sound like this band. So don't get me wrong, but the concept of even powerful messages within a feel good sound. First band that comes to mind is like Poison, you know, where they had their party songs like, you know, Nothing But a Good Time and Your Mama Don't Dance, which was a cover, I know, but still. And then you had their deeper songs, which are still anthems in the sense of like Every Rose Has Its Thorn or Give Me Something to Believe in. I would put Blaze in that category, not musically, but in the fact that the music is, you know, you could bob your head, you could feel good about yourself while you're, you know, milling around your house doing the honeydew chore list or whatever. But at the same time, if you sit down and you just pay attention to the lyrics, there is meaning. And what I like about Jesse's writing in this is that a lot of these songs, like I said, when I connected to Promised Land, I got what Jesse was trying to say in that song. But what was more important is I was able to take away from his lyrics something that meant something to me. That's special. For a songwriter, that is special. When you can find something for yourself, you can find your own meaning, even in something that was written on the experiences or points of view of somebody else. You know what I mean? That is a very, very special thing. When you take a song that belonged to somebody else and you can make it your own, emotionally make it your own, that is a powerful, powerful thing. And so overall, my view of Come With Me If You Want to Live is this is an absolute beast of an album. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm disappointed in myself that I'm coming into Jesse's catalog now. And what I mean by that is he's got other albums. And I'm now listening to the other albums because I want to know more about what he's done up to this point. And that is something very, very special. That you have an album that hit so well to somebody new coming in that they want to go check out the back catalog and see what else is going on. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I can already tell you right now there's a song, I don't remember what album it's on, there's a song called Alive. And that's exactly, Alive is one of those songs that's exactly what I'm talking about with his ability to really relay a message that you could tell was a personal experience of his own. But you could find your own meaning in. If you've ever been in a situation even remotely close to the story he's telling, you understand, and you can make that song your own. These are very special things, and I wish him all the best in the world. As I said, I can't recommend this album enough. If you're headbanger or you're a glam rocker or you're, you know, into blues or some just feel good music, go on Spotify, look up Jesse Blaze, Come With Me If You Want to Live, or go to jesseblaze.com and order the album itself. It is worth picking up. Guys, I can't tell you how much I thoroughly enjoyed doing this. I'm happy to be able to review this album. I am going to be sending this review to Jesse, so don't kill me, dude. But this is an unbiased, real reaction to it. is the fact that I told him I wanted to check out his album after interviewing him. That I felt stupid that, all I had to go off of was, what I read on Google or whatever else about him, but I had never listened to his music. And I can't thank him enough for allowing me to take a look at and review Come With Me If You Want to Live. It is an absolute pleasure of an album. As a matter of fact, as I'm editing this video, I'm probably going to be listening to it and the other playlists on Spotify. Because of the fact that I do genuinely enjoy it. And I can't recommend it enough to the internet DJs that I know. Get a hold of these songs. Get a hold of Jesse Blaze at jesseblaze.com, and get permission to play his tracks. I wish nothing but success for this album, and I wish nothing but success for Jesse and his band. And can't wait to see what the future holds. But what do you guys think? I want you guys to check out the album and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my assessment of the album or the particular songs that I pointed out? Or maybe you have your own take on it. I'd love to hear about it. And I'm pretty sure the band would like to check out the comments as well. So make sure you're leaving that comments in the comment section down below. Also, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe this video to this video. And, of course, check out all the other great podcasts of Realm of Mist Entertainment. And, if you prefer us in audio format, you could always find Realm of Mist Entertainment on Anchor.fm, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever quality podcasts can be heard. This will be in audio form as well. You just won't have all the fancy graphics. I do apologize for that. But, you can always find Realm of Mist Entertainment on YouTube and check out the video versions of these podcasts as well. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I know this one's going to be a relatively short video, but as I said, this is not a typical In the Pit podcast. I am putting together new content for that. This one was a promise kept, and that promise was I wanted to review Jesse's album completely unbiased, and I finally was able to sit down, put my thoughts together somewhat, if you could tell, about the album and be able to deliver it. Guys, again, if I were to give an arbitrary score to it on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a solid 8.5 to 9, depending on my mood. 8.5 if I'm not really feeling all that chipper, but it's still a rock and roll album, man, and you just gotta love that. I'll catch you on the next In the Pit, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Hey guys, it's Chris from Realm of the Mist Entertainment. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Check out all the other great podcasts that can be found on Realm of the Mist Entertainment's YouTube channel or our sister channel, Sounds Dicey Gaming, for all your tabletop needs. And if you prefer your podcast in audio-only format, check out Realm of the Mist Entertainment on Anchor.fm, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever quality podcasts can be heard. To our Patreon supporters, we thank you very, very much. And if you're interested in being a Patreon supporter, please go over to patreon.com/Realm of the Mist, and just $1 a month gives you exclusive content and helps our channel out greatly. Guys, again, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode.